Ubuntu philosophy. Ubuntu philosophy is a traditional African concept that emphasizes the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of community. The term Ubuntu comes from the Zulu and Xhosa languages and can be translated as humanity towards others or I am because we are. It embodies values such as compassion, empathy, respect, and social harmony. In fact, the word Ubuntu is just part of the Zulu phrase umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu, which literally means that a person is a person through other people. Ubuntu has its roots in humanist African philosophy, where the idea of community is one of the building blocks of society. Ubuntu is that nebulous concept of common humanity, oneness, humanity, you and me both. Ubuntu philosophy is based on the belief that individuals are not separate entities, but are part of a larger whole. It recognizes that our actions have an impact on others and that we are responsible for the well-being of our fellow human beings. Ubuntu encourages people to work together, share resources, and support one another to create a better world. Embracing the concept of Ubuntu can lead to positive changes in society. By prioritizing community over individualism, we can foster a sense of belonging and reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. Ubuntu can also promote social justice by encouraging people to recognize and address systemic inequalities. Ubuntu philosophy has been applied in various contexts, including politics, education, and healthcare. In South Africa, Ubuntu played a significant role in the country's transition from apartheid to democracy. Nelson Mandela famously stated that Ubuntu does not mean that people should not address themselves. The question, therefore, is, are you going to do so in order to enable the community around you to be able to improve? In conclusion, embracing Ubuntu philosophy can help us create a more compassionate, equitable, and connected world. By recognizing our shared humanity and working together towards common goals, we can build a better future for ourselves and future generations. The philosophy of Ubuntu, originating from African culture, emphasizes the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of compassion, forgiveness, and community. By embracing Ubuntu's principles, we can transform our perception of crime and rehabilitation and bring about positive change in the prison system. Firstly, Ubuntu teaches us to view crime as a symptom of deeper issues such as trauma, inequality, and lack of support. Instead of focusing solely on punishment, we can adopt a more holistic approach that addresses the root causes of criminal behavior. This involves providing access to mental health services, education, vocational training, and employment opportunities for prisoners. By doing so, we can empower individuals to break the cycle of crime and reintegrate into society successfully. Secondly, Ubuntu encourages restorative justice practices that prioritize healing and reconciliation over retribution. This approach involves bringing together victims, offenders, and the community to facilitate dialogue and understanding. Through open communication and empathy, both victims and offenders can find closure and work towards rebuilding trust. Lastly, Ubuntu emphasizes the importance of community support in the rehabilitation process. By creating a welcoming environment that embraces former prisoners without discrimination, we can help them reintegrate into society effectively. This involves providing housing assistance, employment opportunities, mentorship programs, and ongoing support networks. By embracing Ubuntu's philosophy in our approach to crime and rehabilitation, we can foster a more compassionate and inclusive prison system. Through healing, education, restorative justice practices, and community support, we can empower individuals to transform their lives positively. If you are interested in learning more about Ubuntu philosophy, I recommend consulting academic resources and scholarly articles on African philosophy. An anthropologist once organized a game for children in an African tribe. He placed a basket of fruit by a tree and announced that the first person to reach it would win the delicious prize. When he signaled them to start, instead of racing individually, the children joined hands and ran together, eventually sitting in a circle to share the fruit. Curious about their teamwork, the anthropologist asked why they chose to run as a group instead of competing for more fruit. One child responded, "Ubuntu, how can one of us be happy if the others are sad?" This highlights the deep sense of community and interconnectedness they value. Ubuntu in the Xhosa culture means, I am because we are. Quote, hurt people, That's how pain patterns get passed on, generation after generation after generation. Break the chain today. Meet anger with sympathy, contempt with compassion, and cruelty with kindness. Greet grimaces with smiles. Forgive and forget about finding fault. Love is the weapon of the future. By Yehuda Berra. Quote, "How society treats its most vulnerable citizens is always the measure of its humanity, by Unknown. Change starts with us." If this message resonated with you, drop a like, leave a comment, and let's keep the conversation going. Together, we're unstoppable. By Lena Kravitz.